Everyone's Larry from WSTrades.com. I want to do an update video, not only on AQST or Aquestive Therapeutics, but also where the channel's at, kind of where it was. So if you noticed, we haven't uploaded video in like 3 or 4 months. And the reason for that is I was kind of always doing the website. If you go to WSTrades.com, I was doing that, building indicators. I do kind of the longer form or how-to videos, how to use ChatGPT to write a scanner or something like that. And then James was doing the majority of the technical analysis videos. Well, he's stepped away again, so I'm going to take over that. And I feel like this is a good time to get back into it, just because. So I was kind of doing the back end stuff is we had a kid, and then they took the spare bedroom, so I was relegated to doing my stuff in the garage, and it felt like more of a chore than going to kind of make a fun video or something like that. So I set up an office in my room now. I still got to fix the microphone situation and get my lights in here and stuff, but it feels a lot more comfortable, like I'm actually in a house. So I feel more comfortable doing more videos. So I'm going to do that. I don't know how often, because the kind of longer form videos that I was working on and would upload took a little bit longer than the technical analysis videos. Don't know how often I'm going to do that, but I will, try and keep up on all of the requests for the technical analysis. I was pretty active. I tried to get to everyone's comments. If you left a comment on the videos prior, I was answering them. And I actually made a post today about AQST and got a reply. So that's why I want to, just get off a video for you guys real quick. So anyways, that's where the video's at. Website news, I'll have some stuff up later. It's going to completely change. The forum's going to be gone. I spend more time deleting bots and spam accounts and stuff like that than I do anything else over there. So I'm going to set up an email. No, we'll get into that later. Different video. Right now, we're just going to do an update on AQST. Oh, and also, thank you guys for all of the support, asking where we were and stuff like that. So it's kind of one of the big reasons I wanted to get back into it. So, anyways, you guys are going to come here, listen to me talk about my personal stuff. We're here to look at the technical analysis of AQST or Aquestive Therapeutics. So the post I made today said that I was up big. I showed, I don't know what the heck it was. I was up like 30-something%. Well, after today, I am up 48% on my AQST trade. And right now I have in 2 separate stops. I'm going to sell 3/4 of the position or a quarter of the position if they dump 5%. If they dump 8%, then I'm fully out. So I got a trailing stop on both, or my whole position on them. And you might be wondering, okay, yeah, you picked the perfect place to get in. You're full of it. And I'm not. Now, if you see this orange line, this was my reasoning for getting in. And you might be looking at it and saying, okay, well, it breached here. It doesn't make sense. Breached here. And, it's not really making sense anywhere to actually make a trade off of that trend line. But if you go to the weekly time frame where I actually set it up, it'll make a lot more sense. So, I set this thing up. What's the date on this? Almost a year ago. No, 2 years ago. Sorry. Almost 2 years ago, I set this trend line up. And you see some of the reasoning. Zoom in real quick. So you had nice support here. This is probably where I started looking at AQST again. And then you saw a fat dump through this trend line, but it got bought back up and ended up closing a lot higher. Come down here, they tried to close on the weekly, or it did breach it on the weekly, but then got bought back up. Right here, they sell through it and then just couldn't, just fat sell off right after that. So I'd been in a great short position to take. I didn't take that short, unfortunately. But as you can see right here, on the weekly, it touches it and then gets sold off, breaches it on the weekly, but couldn't close above it. Again, breached it, couldn't close above it, touches it, couldn't close. You just couldn't close above this level. And you have this time where it touches the level, closes like right at it, and then the next week gaps up through it, sells off right underneath. So it could not close above that level. It would breach, and if you took the trade on the daily when it broke through that, then you'd have gotten hammered every single time. So when they actually closed above on the weekly is when I took my long position. I got in at 246, and this trend line is at 240. So I believe I got in on this bar right here when I saw them come. They breached it, closed above it. I was like, okay, now I'm looking. And they have this fat gap up on the weekly and then close right above it. So this is when I went long. And now you see this weekly candle is just insane. So right now, if it was me, if I hadn't have gone long already, I probably would be waiting until after earnings to get on this, because I've looked at the news. I don't see any news. They haven't said anything except for they were going to have why can't I think? They were going to report earnings on the 5th of March, so 5-6 days away. So that's the only news that I can see. So I'm assuming, I haven't looked into it, but it's some stock twits or some sort of forum. People are pumping this thing up. So right now, it's not a real safe time to get in, because I hate hearing this so often, but it's, the shorts it's a short squeeze, and you don't know that. You could be bidding each other up. So, the shorts could have closed right here, and then everyone just piling in, buying is causing this. So shorts might have already closed out. So now you're just hoping that you're not the last one to sell at some point. If you look at the GameStop fiasco, there's a ton of that. Everyone likes to talk about whatever hedge fund that was that went under, but you could see countless documentaries where a ton of normal people bought in at $300-$500 and just lost it all, and they're completely wiped out because of it, because they just kept on buying. So again, don't know what the news is on this, don't really care. If I have my stops in already, like I said, because this is just kind of an insane move. Could it pump more? Sure. I mean, we've seen crazier things, but right now I'd be real tentative. If you were going to get in on this, I'd take a small bite and just have some tight stops, because this thing's, this insane move. I'm up 50% on my position already, and I'm more than happy with that. But with these crazy moves, I'll let it ride with my trailing stops on and see what happens. But yeah, right now it doesn't seem like a safe time. If you guys know, if you've been reading on Reddit or stock twits or whatever you guys are looking at, if they are trying to pump this thing up, if that's what the cause of this is, if you could leave it in the comments, let me know. And again, start trying making a lot more videos. So if you guys have any videos you want me to or any tickers you want me to review, go ahead and leave it in the comments, and I will try to get to it. Thank you guys.